So I said, now I said to sing. I said,
Give them a step, watch them run them out. Freedom of speech, watch them run them out.
It's Tiernan Oak, it's Max Mackin, and my man Hoover.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Thank you.
So you recently played at the ASAP Nast gig?
Oh yeah, actually that was true. Deja Vu.
Yeah?
The homie Chris Montana. Our next single that'll be coming out, In My Coat.
In My Coat.
Yeah, it's actually featuring him on the chorus, so we just thought we'd drop that there. And it was pretty good, man.
I seen a little preview online.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yo, I was surprised myself.
Yeah?
I just loved it.
Yeah. And what was it like playing at that gig? Describe it to us.
Playing it's so like surreal. Like I know the crowd is not here for me, obviously, but one day I want to be able to work up to that level. To me, it's just a wake-up call. Like, yo, it's possible.
ASAP Nast isn't the biggest hip-hop artist. To fill out a Button Factory is pretty good.
Well, that's the funny thing about Dublin, though.
Yeah.
Like the funniest artists that you'd never think of come into this little city and they still pack out places.
Yeah.
Before Kendrick was huge all over the world, he's played in Dublin.
Yeah. You've been quiet, but now it's like the calm before the storm. So take us back what it's been like over the past while with you.
Started as a young kid, was in school with, you know, the original Root Boys.
Yeah.
You know, them Nitty Arkins. Sean would actually be a friend of mine, a very good, close friend. We started this little thing. We did a couple of tracks with just bedroom productions, mainly in Sean's room. Did one or two little gigs. I did something in my school, funny enough, a talent show.
Very good.
Funny. Then I met up with another couple of, a few other lads. Trey, Captain, and Chris Montana, which is in Deja Vu now.
Yeah.
We put heads together in my little apartment, my little one-bedroom house, I swear. So like, we started taking it serious. I was like, yo, we can do this. Had a tiny little buzz. And after a little while, kind of dissolved, you know, what would you call it?
Creative differences.
There you go. What happened was most of my tracks got deleted.
Oh no.
Yeah. Even tracks that we did on YouTube from the crew and everything gone. Chris's tracks as well, all gone. So after that now, I was like, okay, put me off the whole thing as well. For a while, I was like, man, there's no really point in all this. Then, if you love something, you can't really stop it, really. So, as God would have it, one of my homeboys moved from Waterford, then he just moved right into my neighborhood.
Fantastic.
And he's just like 3 doors down from my house. So literally, I wake up, brush my teeth, fall into his house. Got the whole studio set up in his room, so that's chilly. So that's where you might hear some new sounds. You need to watch out for him. He's a great producer.
So you're just on your grind 24/7 now?
Oh, now, yeah. I have to. The more work you do, the hard work does pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's such hunger for it.
Oh yeah, man. I'd say my generation of young kids, would say it would be maybe if not the first generation of like really young African kids that actually grow up in Ireland that can actually mix the cultures together. Different mentality, like you've got the African mentality, you've got your Irish mentality. I don't just want to be one of them generation that came and went. I want to be able to leave a mark like, oh yeah, remember Hoover and this guys, they actually started doing this properly. Like obviously there's been Irish hip hop in Ireland, like it's been on for a long time before you even got here, yes I know that. But we want to be like the generation that took it to the next level.
Culture and people bonding over music is so important.
Bro, it is. First, like the Irish arts I listened to, like rapping back in the days, like, you know, Cully and Reds and that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel them, but see, for a little kid that came to the country from, see the accent and everything, you might not understand it at first. It'll take them a long time to relate than easier than they probably hear the track from freaking the States, from the UK. You see, with the likes of other cultures mixing in, diluting the Irish scene, it's just, it should give a good mix.
It's like the new generation of Irish.
Oh yeah.
Coming to the table.
Yeah. I grew up in the area where, like, in my old school in secondary, I was the only black boy for like the first 3 years. So that growing up to now, like seeing the way Irish people actually, the way they accept black people and the way I go on stage and Irish lads are there bump into my shit, it was like, we've come a long way. Music is a beautiful thing, man.
And so what are you working on at the moment?
But now I just need to keep putting work out. So I just need to build that catalog first before I can say, yeah, I want to put mixtape out. I have a name for the mixtape and everything, so when it does come out,
we'll keep an eye.
Keep an eye out.
And where can we check you out? We can check you out on Facebook.
Oh, you can check me out on Facebook. I have an Instagram as well. It's an _HUVA, and I have a track coming out. It's a little freestyle, so you should watch out for it next a week.
Okay.
5 a.m. in Dublin.
Very good. 5 a.m. I like that. Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, man.